Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Anacleto Millendez. I'm the founder of the Beautiful Heart Foundation and the host producer of the Beautiful Heart Show, seen at KMVT 15 Silicon Valley Community Media in Mountain View, California, and some other cities there. Today, I'm very blessed to be meeting for the second time the sister of the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Madam Duterte Villarica. Her first name
Jocellyn.
is Jocellyn. Mom, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Look, nice meeting you.
Yeah, I remember her as an NGO worker in Davao.
Yeah.
I would like to
Before I retired.
before she retired, and I would like to give her a little background of your passion in NGO work.
When I was working after, I forgot it. I worked as an NGO for almost a year. We do research, and on my part, because of my political background, I was more on the advocacy. So we were providing statistics, and we do a lot of research for like Gloria Arroyo. We do position papers for them. That was part of it, but at the same time, we were guiding the farmers how to form cooperatives, so they will have more, in a sense, money to develop their land. Because the problems in here sa mga farmers is they are not subsidized, which is very sad because we import rice. And how many years ago, before Marcos even, we were the ones selling rice to Thailand, Cambodia, and now. So the farmers are more or less disappearing, just like in the States. So I would say that the Philippines is basically agriculture. So why waste all that land? I was also my mother's administrator to help the Lumad, Nagobo. There's a lot of tribes. Anyway, I worked with them for 1 year, and there is a lot of malnourished children, Lumad especially. Nanay created this foundation years ago, and he provided hydroelectricity in Marang. She was responsible for the development of and the tribal people. So that was part also of my training. And now I am thinking, or not thinking, starting a community senior development where my mission is to focus on the abandoned senior. Philippines is a very important country. So we don't really have that here. Hospice for the elderly, eventually medical, like what you're doing.
Medical missions.
Specifically for seniors, and to avail eventually in the community village that I'm thinking. A seniors village where all the amenities are there. We can have our own pharma, wherein we can sell. Most seniors are already in medication. So it's important that we can get cheaper medicine, like from India. Paracetamol cost here probably 9 pesos to 10 pesos. In India, it's only 2.
Yes.
So, I want to provide, being a senior myself, and taking care of my mother for 15 years. I saw how the dislocation of seniors. You know, in the Philippines now, the OFW are rising. So, more or less, their parents, the parents, are left to fend for themselves. the care. So I would like to be, probably it's a dream. At the same time, I also have a vision for seniors. The vision is to see them integrated, because the government does not really have any program that will address the problems of seniors. And we're growing in numbers. So my plan is to, at this point, is to, we have shelters, but they need funding. So that's one of the aspects that Pasilungan Foundation.
So there's a name already,
Yes.
Pasilungan Foundation.
Foundation.
So it's registered with the security.
It's registered with the SEC. Everything I can actually operate now, and I'm doing it little, trying to raise funds to have medical mission, we start there, dental for the senior.
Yeah.
There is no way for a senior. There is not even a law here. It's the starting that will allow seniors that are still able to work, so they can have income.
Yes. Otherwise, the pensions that we are receiving is not even
It's
enough.
not enough. The medication alone. It is usually at this age that, well, most of my classmates are on medication. 5, 6, 7 medication at a time. High blood pressure. Those are the part of the aging. You know? Going back to the OFW, what they really need, and we depend a lot on our OFW. Because they bring in
Money, the remittances.
money, and the government is our economy depends on the overcrowding.
Correct.
So they're looking for a place where to put their elders while they're abroad, and they can afford it. So it's a matter of someone starting. But it's not easy, because practically it would be easier if we have the facilities now, so we can. But since this is a starting point now that I want, because I intend to retire then. You see, if you put up the providing cheap medicine and providing a place eventually for seniors, a senior village, where you can have activities. You can go. The funny thing I have encountered with seniors is that eventually there is really no place.
Yes, it's
So
true.
with the senior village, we can put up our own pharmaceutical. We can put up grocery that you don't have to go anymore out of it. It's complete. But that's the vision. Now the mission now is just to help the seniors, bring in cheap medicines, give them medical missions, dental.
Or maybe some of the seniors who can still enjoy gardening,
Yes,
planting
that's why I am
herbs and
thinking.
vegetables.
That's why I was thinking of a 1 hectare where you put the community. You will have a church. You will have, as I said, botica, where you can avail of one, and then a grocery, and then the seniors can have a program wherein they can go dancing.
Yeah.
If they want. They have gardening. They will be updated on the latest. We can have resource speaker talk about how to cope with aging, what to expect. Because a lot of them are not like, let's just say, the postmenopausal syndrome. Some people still, even in their 70s, undergo health information. You will have that. So it will become a community by itself, composed mostly all, I think, senior.
So, based on what you're sharing, ma'am, the aging population in the Philippines still lack kind of support in terms of healthcare, in terms of
It's really lacking in everything. I mean, there is no program that will address the problems of seniors.
But right now, they're under, in terms of government support, I think they're under the DSWD.
Yeah, the SWD, which is not really focused on seniors, but on orphan children or children that is being abused or why, these are all under the SWD.
Yeah. But the way I understand is you would like to start a program for senior citizens,
senior
exclusively
citizens, yeah.
non-government organization.
Yeah. Because it's better that way to have it a non-government thing. Because politics in the Philippines, everything that you do is politics. Without politics, nobody can hear. So this would be a program that I would like to private, to remain private. And if the government is willing to help with a certain amount of budget, that would be good. But we have to start with this.
Yeah.
And that's what I am trying to do now. Because when we talk over the phone, the doc Millendez can just to start this, to spread that this is what we are doing.
Well, I think the number one strategy would really to raise funds, and
Yes.
and I'm hoping that because we are seeing in the United States and we can present the need for supporting our senior citizens, maybe
India.
there will be some groups, families, corporations, and foundations there who will support us. And the second step would be start the training program for the caregivers, for the nurses and the doctors that will take care of the seniors, especially those that need hospice care.
Correct. There, you mentioned that. Hospice. That would be the first thing I would like to do. Because when I was with my mom, the only available thing you can do is home nursing care, which most doctors would not recommend. I don't think when you are over 70, or 70, let's say 70, 80, elderly, 90, when you are terminally ill, there is a place you could go where it is not the atmosphere of a hospital. Your loved ones can go and visit. Make it a normal process instead of being in the hospital where every hour by the hour they will be there to eventually you will end up with machines, which I saw my mother go through. And to me that was traumatic. I was then in my 60s.
Yeah, because in a medical center setting, there's more talking. So more of
an atmosphere of where you can be at least where the atmosphere is you can see your loved ones, they can come in or to be with you. So it's the way I see how a senior would be treated with humane kind of life. Let's say when you are in your 70s, I am now.
but you don't look like.
Everybody tells me that, but you cannot deny the aging process.
Yes.
It's there. Even if you look young or go into non-invasive but then it still does not stop the aging process. We can make it better with natural food supplement, which all seniors should do because our ex-medicine eventually with chemical
But you know, honestly, man, you're the first person I've met who is championing, the cause of the senior citizen as a private individual?
Because that started with my mother. I saw it with my own eyes, and I said, I do not want to end. I would rather do something that is that I can do something in memory of my mother.
Thank you.
But at the same time, I see a lot of abandoned seniors here in the Philippines where they are practically abandoned. No food. Nothing. It's a terrible. And some of them you see on the street selling bananas, selling, and some of them, I'm very active in Facebook. So I get to encounter a lot of stories about being abandoned. And the worst part of being a senior is that there's practically you cannot do anything. Yeah. Because you are at the age where you need care. So more or less it's doing something. Oh, there is life after 70 or 60. And that to me is a very, the idea that terminally ill people can have a life and care, because we cannot ignore it. I mean, the senior citizen population is growing because of also medical.
I can really relate to your passion, because when I thought of establishing the Beautiful Heart Foundation in Davao City last quarter of 2005 and registered it with the SEC December 19, 2005, our first trust is to care for the elderly, the sick, and the dying. So somehow we can really collaborate, because that is our number one trust, to care for the elderly, the sick, and the dying. And over the last 14 years now, through medical mission work, we've been helping the old people, the sick, and even the dying here in the Philippines. So,
Especially the abandoned.
especially the abandoned. But since we have not yet established an institution where we can house them in the way you envision it, like it's a village, a single village for the old people, and maybe in that village we can have a center, a hospice center there, and the approach should be holistic, treating the body, mind, and soul, and integrating mainstream medicine and alternative medicine.
Yeah, most of my classmates now are also in their 70s. And I have to thank God that I don't have any medication for usually what the senior years you go through, like high blood pressure, diabetes. My problem is more on sleep disorders, which most seniors
Yeah,
suffer.
insomnia is very common among seniors, because probably the anxiety and the depression is strongly associated with it.
Would be in that, because if you look at the seniors' life after they turn 60, they tend to be homebound. They're not productive. But like me, I have worked all my life. So there are still seniors now that are very productive, who would want to be integrated into a community for seniors and make life more inspiring, more meaningful, and I guess you may.
But do you have a particular target area where you can start this Pasalungan Foundation?
I already have the area, which is in Tagaytay, because Tagaytay is a resort city, and it has a provincial air.
Yes. The weather is so nice.
The weather is
Yeah.
nice, and the place is abundant with fruits, and the food is cheap, and overall, it's not crowded. So I believe that if you put up a community village for senior, it should be somewhere where there is not much traffic and where especially the quality of air and the food.
And this senior village that you envision will also welcome not only local Filipinos here, but even those Filipinos and foreigners maybe coming from abroad.
Oh yes, because most of my classmates now are in the 70s and their parents. It was during my time when migration started. Filipinos going abroad, working abroad, living abroad. And a lot of them would call me and say, Joe, can't you not do something about it? You know, we would like to retire in the Philippines. So how can we do it? We have not found any, except for the shelter homes, which is what DSW has. There's
But
really
not
no
privately,
privately,
state-of-the-art kind of
that
facility.
will give all the senior the amenities. It will become a complete with whatever the senior needs. You don't have to go out of the village. You provide them with amenities.
So our first goal would be to acquire at least a hectare land in Tagaytay.
And maybe I can do that, but then the succeeding one is I would like to live there and oversee it and put up a hospital.
Yes.
That would be the
And
first.
maybe after that, we can have some other satellites of the senior village in some other islands in the country. Because
If we could get the support.
I'm looking at Davao City and Samal Island.
Yeah.
Would be a good place as well.
There are two places that we can, like the one in Tagaytay. It's only about an hour.
Yeah, that's the best part of
So,
Tagaytay.
yes.
Very
So-
close to the airport.
Since it is too much to even ask that we have our own hospital, the senior, it would be very convenient because it's near Manila. So if there's any emergency,
Or
Manila is just
yeah, I think of all places that's closest to the airport with the beautiful scenery and good weather, Tagaytay is the best. Yeah, so and a good way to start that senior village in Tagaytay.
It would also be nice to have it at Clark because Clark now has a hospital.
Yeah, I'm sure there is also
Yeah.
an ideal place for
Yeah, but
for senior citizens there.
Since Clark is commercially not viable for a community because after 25 years, we have the lot is not hindi sa atin. It's being rented.
Yes.
So the viability of it of a senior village there would be hard if we do not own the land. We will have problems later on while the development. I'm sure the development of this is going to be slow because we really need to reach the vision that I have to eventually have a senior village and housing for
But
that.
if this will happen, this is your legacy to the Philippines.
For my mother.
Yeah, for your mother.
I'm sure my mother would be
Yeah.
very happy up there and says,
Uh-huh.
And for all the seniors like me who have uncertainties and anxieties about what the future will hold for us, where can we go? Where can we find peace and leisure? Like you can go take a walk. That would be, there will be gardening, there will be probably, well, it's endless. But
At least
in that
enjoying
village,
the golden years of your life
yes,
with the
or
best
the
care
last stages
possible.
of your life. You can spend it in, I have seen India, where they put up home for the elderly and the seniors. It's beautiful. The landscape is conducive to like paradise. And that's what my seniors
So in the Philippines, we don't have that ideal place for seniors.
we have shelter homes. In Davao, I know there is one that takes care of terminally ill, like people with Alzheimer's. Because usually, there was that, was it in Netherlands or somewhere in Europe, that they open up as Alzheimer's village, where all Alzheimer are located. And they have completely amenities, and it's totally isolated. So they get lost. They're just within the area.
Well, I have seen those ideal places for seniors in the United States, high-end like that, where they can, there's golf course within the village, and medical center, or at least a clinic in the center. So, but I think in the Philippines, you're right, that we don't have such ideal place for seniors.
It's sad, because as I said, a lot of OFW, we have a lot, but more than 4 million. No, not 40 million, I'm not sure. For almost 4 million immigrants, and they're going in numbers. And they're looking for a place where they can put their parents.
And we have a young man here. Probably he can also help us make your vision happen, sir. You introduce yourself. Yes,
Yeah,
this is an
nurse.
interview from a TV program. Introduce yourself first.
Hi, have a good day. I'm Vincent Joseph Chavez.
It's practically like adopted son.
So, you are a registered nurse?
Yeah, but actually my license was expired 2011. It was due for renewal.
He used to work in the ICU.
Oh, okay. So, I'm sure you are one in Madam Jocellyn Duterte's dream of coming up with an ideal place for.
Actually, I suggested Mamsi to open up a mental health institute.
Okay, so, but you have already a the government already has a mental center or something somewhere in Mandaluyong, but this is entirely a mental institute entirely run by NGOs. Yeah, well, we can incorporate that. We can incorporate that in.
Because if we have the senior,
Yeah.
if we have the senior village, then the doctors will be the senior who wants to live there and give his service. We can cut the cost
Yeah.
by allowing seniors to.
Yeah, and even not only senior doctors who are retired, but even nurses who are also retired can stay in the village and they can continue practicing their profession in the village. So this is really a good project that we can do.
Why say humane? Because if you stay in a community village like that, your families can come every weekend to visit you.
Yeah,
You will still live a normal life. Not, kasi when you're a senior, at 70, where do you really go? Like me, most of the time, I've been dancing for 20 years. That's the only social life I have. But I wish to God, when I see seniors doing gardening work,
yeah.
and I say that is very.
Or even maybe joining for outreach programs, say medical mission, feeding programs, gift giving, in that way, you know.
Or they can have a day with their grandchildren, wherein they get to have an interaction with. I think young kids should have the care, like being a Lola is one of the most beautiful things.
I will just share to you, last December 1 and 2, I had a medical mission in Samal Island with the Bajavs and other Lumats there. One of my active volunteers is Mrs. Corazon Bailon, who's a retired professor and 72 years old, and yet she has the energy to help reaching out to these poor kids, to the sick people. She was very instrumental in the success of the medical mission. She said that was her first time to join a medical mission, but the way I look at her, she was very useful at 72. At 72.
You know what the gift of being a senior is the knowledge that we have accumulated for your life, which would be a very big contribution to the youth who is still just starting out. This is a treasure
Yeah.
knowledge that most senior na
I would even imagine in that senior village that we can come up with, probably these senior citizens can do some mentoring for students.
they can go on trips
Yes.
in one where they can still travel and I thought I said life after senior. The
And then
senior.
maybe later on we can have some exchange programs for seniors
With
coming from the
nursing.
Philippines.
It can
You
go
send
on
them,
and on and
you send
on.
them abroad, and those from abroad will come here.
medical or nursing students.
Oh, nursing students as well. Yeah.
You
So
can request them
yeah,
for experience
yeah.
as
Oh.
part of the
Training,
curriculum.
yeah, to take care of the old people and to start learning about what hospice care is all about. Yeah. So I am so excited, and I think this is really doable. It's just a matter of finding the right place that would be very ideal. And I think the right place.
best place.
Who knows? We can find a donor for a 1 hectare land.
Yeah.
In Tagaytay.
I was saying that, but I am trying to save. I'm still working. I am at this point in my life where I work and I work to work. Not to work because you have to survive. So I'm taking my time, but this one I need to fast track
Yes.
because I'm thinking of the years now. I just want to say this, the beginning of I can start it going.
Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to the groundbreaking in the next few months in Tagaytay. That's really but this is a beautiful project, and I think we will be blessed with this because
We are all going there.
yeah. So, everybody becomes senior citizen, whether they will accept it or not. So everybody should support this. And now, lastly, ma'am, I would like to get your personal appeal to our viewers, not only here in the Philippines, but to the Americans as well. Your own personal appeal to make this project happen as soon as possible.
Not only do I want it here in the Philippines, but I would imagine it would spread all over.
Yes.
Every country should have a place for senior citizens. So I appeal to you because aging is not something we can stop.
Stop. Oh yeah. Okay.
So everyone gets old,
Yeah.
and maybe who knows, one day you will find yourself being a senior.
And by definition, to be a senior is like 60 years old.
60 and about.
In a few months, I'll be 60. By March 27,
You are
I'll be
still
a senior
working.
citizen as
And you are
well.
still very active.
Yeah, I will. So I am also passionate because I will be part of that.
You will be part of
group.
the team.
Yeah, part of the team. Yeah. So I think this is a worthwhile endeavor, and I'm hoping not only non-government organizations, but I'm hoping governments from all over the world
businessmen
will support
who,
this.
who are also in their 60s, 50s, they can avail of the hospice, hospice that's complete with everything to deal with, terminally ill people. They need to have a hospital. I would say anybody now listening to me of my senior years would agree that there would be a place where they can go in their days or months that they will get a humane kind of services. That they could be with their loved ones, not in a hospital where we don't really belong. We need a place for ourselves when we are.
And really, our conversation tonight really opened my eyes of this strong need ensuring that senior citizens should always be part of a family, in a nice place like what you think about. Otherwise, what we hear are senior citizens being abandoned, isolated, hungry, homeless. Some of them are even roaming around the streets.
I see that in Manila. Senior citizen running down the street selling flowers.
And they're supposed to be
When
resting.
they're supposed to be, if we say they're supposed to be in a place where they are taken care of. And I saw one testimony that a senior citizen can die on the street. And nobody would even know. That to me is very traumatic.
Yeah, and I think once they are finally returning back to their maker, we can also offer a nice burial place for them, right? That is just maybe near that senior village.
We can just because now some people, a lot of people now are opting for cremation. So we can have one there where like in Korea, it's just a section, one big building.
Yeah.
Or as what I said, even the young people of today needs a place so they can put their parents without worrying about what will happen to them.
Yeah.
This does not only concern the senior. These are also
The children.
concerning people now who have families to support and need to go abroad, which is very much common in the Philippines. But they have a place. Or those who are in the States right now and having to
that
take
is close
care.
to home, ma'am. Like my wife is a registered nurse. At 57, she had decided to retire this year at 57 to take care of her 86-year-old mother here in Quezon City. But supposing we have this ideal place, then she can continue her profession in the US and would not even worry about the care.
Yes, because the families will be informed.
Yes.
They can come and visit at any time. That they are free. So it is an environment wherein it's conducive to seniors and to their children. That their mother or their parents are taken care
So the children, like those working abroad, just focus working, earning dollars, and just send their money.
because some of them to be with their children because they have no other place to go. So what happens is they bring their parents home, or let their parents come and visit them, but there really comes to a point wherein they really need care. Somebody to manage their health, their living conditions, all that thing. So it's not only for seniors, but it is also for the young people who are working abroad and does not really have the money.
And by the time they retire, they will also have a place where they can comfortably retire with the right loving, tender care.
We all get that.
Yeah.
So, what you may be doing now or contributing to this idea or to this mission, I call it a mission, and a vision in the end to see this how we do it.
It's not just for the current senior citizen, but the future senior citizens as well.
Yeah, I was telling my son that I had only 2 children, and my eldest daughter at 44 of cancer. So I was telling my son that it would not be very conducive to live with your children. Because a senior would need a place where there are no anxieties, you have peace, less stress.
Yeah, less stress. And you can relate with your co-fellow senior citizen by dancing, by...
And then you have all the amenities there, so you don't have to get out.
Correct.
And beat the traffic just to go to a grocery.
Yes.
and you have medicines that are cheap.
And just bring in the healthcare professionals there, or
Everybody who's like 60, whether you're a doctor or we can always make
use of
There
those
are
senior
US
healthcare.
being
Yeah,
strong enough
exactly.
to-
Yeah. And really, I would really think that in that village there will be a clinic there, or maybe a small medical
where
center
they can treat
inside
emergency.
the village.
Kaya mo na ba?
Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for your time, and I'm very
I hope
happy
to
that
see you
we met again. And also, sir, thank you for your time, and we will have a Filipino dinner tonight. Thank you, and God bless all of us.